Yeah, as more and more is revealed about the story, the revelations of the kind of deep aftershocks of family secrets, I think was my biggest takeaway. Um, I think the challenge for me of playing a woman, a single mom of a child who was basically a child in her own right when she had him, just 16 years old, and watching her kind of go from this kind of explosive, playful, imaginative, kind of totally in sync and in love with her young 8-year-old son, to this place of you know paralysis and fear in her life, and watching her really sink into a shell of herself, and watching their parallel journeys of of survival. And the more and more that we learn about both of them, that we learn that they're quite similar, that denial is a powerful survival tool, and it is how they have both um, learned, and maybe how they have been taught to survive. And I think for me, the most interesting thing to play was, how do you know something and also not know it at the same time? Because the very state of knowing it would completely unravel your family, your sense of self, your whole life. And you're not strong enough. No one has given you the tools to be able to manage the wreckage of that. So you can't know it. Yeah, I think whether or not, this is your story or your narrative, the feelings that you experience are very real. And ultimately, that does really linger. A lot of the characters that I've played in the past have been quite explosive and left it all on the table. And this is a woman who's really quite imploded, who lets it all kind of sink in and is very frozen in those feelings. And so that is a very hard, challenging modality to feel. And ultimately, where we get to in that final scene, with Candy and Danny, I feel very satisfied in that ending for them. It's a rather Shakespearean ending, but I think that they have both kind of embraced what they needed to. And, you know, ultimately, I don't know what will happen to them, but I feel like they're emotional. I feel a lot of emotional satisfaction in what's revealed in that scene.